Chat, I put in the title that today it was going to be a colouring stream. And now I'm looking at the page in front of me and I'm thinking, no, it might end up being a corrections stream instead. We might have to go back and fix up some artwork that I've newly completed. Welcome to the show. It's the Sunday night Club Kirby. It's going to be a shorter stream than usual tonight. I wanted to do it the full 3 hours as we have been doing, but if I do that now, it's 8:30 here. So, you know, 8:30 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 11:30. I mean, I guess we could, but nah, it's fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a shorter stream tonight. I don't know why my window isn't showing up here. That's strange. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. Okay. Yeah, welcome to the show. If this is your first time watching, I am John Porter. I am the creator of the comic book series Kieran Morgan Kirby. I am an Aberdeenshire, Scotland based writer, artist, and I suppose streamer as well. I wear a lot of hats. Let's put it that way. I try to do a lot of things. I like to think I can do all of them at least somewhat competently, or most of them somewhat competently, right? I'm the kind of person who likes to do everything himself, so that's kind of how I ended up where I am in terms of being the artist and the writer and the colorist and everything else of the comic book in Morgan Kirby. You can read all about Kirby at readcmc.com, the website that is currently behind me. Now you can discover character profiles, you can learn all about me, you can learn about the backstory of the comic, you can... That wheeling came out of nowhere. It was distracting. You can learn all about the comic, you can learn about merchandise that you can get. Mr. Stevens Outplay, thank you for following. You can get merch, you can sign up for the newsletter, all kinds of cool stuff, right? Let's talk about the comic itself and how you can get it. This is my spiel I do at the start of every stream. So we'll get this out of the way, then we're going to get into drawing a page of the comic. I'm clicking on the button, nothing's happening. This does not speak well of my website that when I click on the link, nothing happens. Oh, it is loading. No, it says we're sorry. We're sorry, Firefox is the problem? Mr. Stevens says, "Hi, sorry, so sorry, how rude of me." Oh, no, not at all. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. I don't know why it says Firefox crashed. I'm in Opera. That was some technical difficulties here right off the bat. Right. Welcome to Aberdeen, Washington. Hi, Kirby. I'm going to check out all your stuff. Love you better. Thank you. So yeah, I'm John. I'm the creator of Kirby. You can read Kirby at, there's a bunch of places you can get issue 1 on the official Kirby store, powered by Teespring, on Ko-fi, on Gumroad, through Comics, through Kobo, through Google Play, through Amazon, and Global Comics. I've done that spiel so many times, I can do it off by heart now. I think that's the first time I did it without flubbing. And issues 2 through 4, the old versions, you can get for free. They're on readcmc.com. Okay, right, we're going to get right into it. If I can switch over to Krita. What are we doing today? So we've been working on this page for a little bit now. This is actually... Oh, do I have the old page? No, I don't have the old page up anymore. Okay. We're working on fixing up this page from the original version of issue 2 for the remastered version. And... Hold on, I've got to change this music up. This guy wailing is distracting me. Can we have some new music, please? That's a bit better. I've been working a bit today on fixing up this page, and usually the way that I do things is I do all the line art, redo all the line art, and then I circle back and do the colouring. We're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is finish off some of the top half of the page here with the line art, and then we're going to go in and do the colours for just the top half of the page, because the bottom half of the page is not ready yet. We talked about this on a previous stream, but the story is the bottom half of the page has there's a lot more problems to it than the top half. The top half was able to fairly faithfully recreate. There we go. I've got to adjust this just a little bit. So what I wanted to do today was just work on colouring. I need to make a few tiny little tweaks before we can continue, and I didn't even realise I was going to have to do that until right before the stream started. So, no, that's too much. Krita is very fiddly in terms of the adjusting frame panels and things like that. Okay, we can just do it like this. Here's an alternate way to do it. Pull it up. Just gotta make sure I align it correctly. There we go, that's there. So, we've got the panel in place. We've got to, because of the way that the panels, the characters are overlapping the panels here, I'm gonna have to there's an odd noise that came out of my throat there. I apologise for that. A little bit of a hiccup there. Is this the same song with the guy wailing? Did we get the same song 2 times in a row? Betzel's really... Give me something else. You know, I always ask it to play only instrumental music when I'm streaming, because it's something with vocals and a guy singing in the background. It gets very distracting when I'm talking, you know? Oh. Right, so we're going back to the main layer. And what we're going to do is we're going to make just a few little teensy corrections before we can continue. Well, for one thing, there's portions of the liner that are not going to connect to the bottom of the panel here now. So we got to fix that. So the plan for this evening is we're going to do 2 hours, I think. Hour 1 is going to be, for now, it's going to be basically 8:30 to 9:30. And we are going to eventually get around to starting to colour these top panels, okay? And then hour 2, we're going to play some Super Mario World, and I think tonight we're going to finish it. And by finish it, I mean we're going to get up to the Bowser stage, beat Bowser hopefully, and then I think we're going to be done with Super Mario World. I do not think we're going to go and try and get, complete all 96 exits. At least, not for now. I think it would be a good idea for us to wrap up Super Mario World for now, and then we can always come back later and try and get the extra exits that we didn't get. Right? I figure tomorrow, we'll be starting a new week. It would be a good time to start fresh with a new game. We'll pick something else to play, right? Okay, right. There's something else here that I think is a little bit off. Ruby's legs, I think, just came out like a bit too thick and a bit too like tree trunk like. Maybe I'll slow them down just a bit. Not just that they're too thick, they have an odd like shape. They're a bit too. Should have more of like a curvature to them. They shouldn't be just. It's like too big. Vertical sticks that are straight up and down, right? There's a certain knack to drawing legs and arms as well. In particular when you're drawing female characters, but also men, because I mean it's the same sort of basic rules still apply, where over time you just sort of learn from observation and experience and practice how the curves, the elements, the parts of the body that are more curved, the more sort of fleshy parts versus the parts that are more where the bone is prominent. I was thinking about this the other day in relation to hands. Actually, no, but it wasn't the other day, it was today. I just noticed I had drawn a hand where the back of the hand was too curved and it needed to be straighter because obviously I'm tapping the back of my hand here. But the back of your hand is the more flat portion, right? The bony part. Whereas the underside of your hand, the palm of your hand, is more curved. And that same sort of thing applies also to the legs and the hands. So the legs and the arms, I mean to say. And there's little nuances to all of this. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's the cutoff point of the legs is a little bit. I think that's part of what's been throwing me off here, actually. The way that the legs are cut off right before the ankle down here isn't really like ideal, but I mean that is a little bit better. I think I use the eraser tool as well to try and get a shape that's a little bit more. That's what I want. It's here's the other thing, chat. I talk a lot on stream about how frustrating it is that I'm such a slow artist and it takes me so long to get anything done, and how so much of it is because I try and do everything in like painstaking detail, right? Well, that's kind of what I've been doing with this page, and with every other page as well. And it's like sometimes you know you have bad behaviours and you keep doing it, and it's just really hard to shake it. And I've had this, I flung my pen across the desk now. And I've had this bad behaviour for the last, I don't know, 2.5 decades? 25 years maybe? Oh, no, that's not true. We're going back to when I started to draw like really active life out as a teenager. It wasn't 25 years ago, because it was in like 1995. That was 28 years ago. Oh. Don't think about that. Don't think about that, John. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Get that sort out of your head. Right. There's some other little things that we can tweak here and make this a little bit better. What I was saying, chat, was I've really been thinking about how my approach to working on these pages is all wrong, and part of that is kind of like out of my hands at the moment, right? Because we're fixing up old pages. We're not doing all new pages. So there's only so much I can do in terms of redoing everything and changing my process just now. When you're fixing up old art with the old materials, you can't, like, your approach kind of needs to follow what the old material was like, and I can't do a remaster of the old comic and change everything up so radically that it's unrecognizable from the original, right? It's supposed to be an upgrade, not a complete recreating everything from scratch. So just now my hands are kind of tied, but part of my problem, and I can see this in front of me, is I'm doing all these little panels as if they were like pinups, and that's because digital art like enables me, because I end up doing it. Oh, I've got something in my mouth. Hold on a sec. I had a little crumb there, it was sticking to the roof of my mouth and it was making it difficult to talk. Okay, yeah. Digital art is great in a lot of ways in terms of letting you fix up your mistakes, but I'm always talking about how my ability to zoom in and amend details is really, like, for me, really destructive, because I try and make everything absolutely, you know, spot on to the best of my ability. You need to know how to do that with digital art, okay? I mean, you need to not do it with comics, I should say, okay? Because if you do, you'll never get anything done, and I'm speaking from experience here. Position heal thyself, okay? But what I want to do in terms of the visual direction of the comic is everything has to look right, but when you're doing these tiny panels, they don't all need to be perfectly detailed and perfectly shaded and all that kind of stuff, okay? They only need to have the adequate amount of detail relative to the size of the panel. And I know that, but I don't actually follow through with it. I try and make everything absolutely perfect. You need to act, I need to act, on the assumption that when people are looking at the page, they're not zooming in on it. You need to approach it as if they're taking in the entirety of the page, and therefore the amount of detail that's in each panel should be relative to the size of that panel. So when we do the big panels beneath this, I'm trying to find the opacity. There we go. Okay, so when we fix up this panel, which is still to come, and there's a lot of things in here I want to fix up, just the faces really, I suppose, but when we fix this panel up, we can afford to take a little bit more time with it, right? Because it's a bigger panel, it's justified spending more time on it. When we're doing these little panels, switch that off again now. When we're doing these little panels, we should not spend as much time on it. I should not spend as much time on them as I do. So that's kind of the approach I need to take to heart. Otherwise, I'm never going to get anything done. I'm going to keep being slow. Comics will take longer to come out. It's going to be harder to build momentum, okay? Right, with that said, I think we're done as far as fixing up this line art goes, right? Maybe there's a couple of little things, or little areas. Which is exactly what I was just talking about, but no, I just noticed a couple of little spots there I knew I could fix if I went in and actually amended them. Just little things like this don't take a lot of time. It's when you get caught up in, like, I need to, like Josie's hair here. I was looking at this earlier and how I ended up doing all these tiny little super thin strands of hair on the head. That really isn't necessary, right? Because nobody's ever going to see it. I was looking at, on social media last night, somebody posted an old comic page by Dan DeCarlo, who was most famously like the go-to Archie artist for decades. And I just started, like, I was like zooming in on the page and I was looking at how he can convey so much without actually using a lot of lines. There's like visual economy, and it's something that I've never had a handle on that I need to. But you can, you know, render characters. You don't need to do this sort of thing like I've been doing here with Josie, where I'm doing every single line of the hair. People are never going to see that. And also, there is an argument now. Having that much detail on the page actually just like overwhelms it, okay? So, especially in a more cartoony comic, we don't need to go that hard. So, that's just kind of where I'm at, you know? Okay, we were going to do colouring today, we're not actually getting much colouring done. I just had to make these few last little fixes now, so. Turn the old art off. Right, this is going to get complicated now with the colour. How are we doing for time, by the way? It's about 8:30. So it's 9 o'clock now until... I'm a little bit scatterbrained tonight, chat. We're going until about 9:30, then we're going to switch over, okay? Then we'll play some Super Mario World, and that's all we're doing tonight. Okay, I was a little bit concerned there about the backgrounds. Now, what you might recall from a previous stream is I said I was going to shift these 3 panels over a little bit. What we ended up doing was we cropped some of Sadie on the left side of the panel here so that we could squeeze the other panels in a bit more effectively, because what was happening before was Ruby's arm was extending all the way to the side of the page, and I didn't want that. That would be a bad thing, especially if we ever end up doing a print version of the comic where you need to take like things like margins and safe areas into consideration. You know, your cropping, all that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do is we'll remove this section. I don't know what that little white spot was that was on the background there, but that's okay. And we'll move this area. And basically we're shifting the old background to match up with where we've moved the panels to. Really nice smoky gradient on this third panel. Okay, right, if we turn the character art on. I was kind of zoning out there, but that's a strange... I don't know, I'm not really... I think I'm not 100% with it tonight. I guess it's Sunday night. I am a bit tired, I suppose. And I've been a bit under the weather this week. That's why streams have not been as consistent as I would have liked. But I did make a point today. I said we're definitely going to be streaming today. I was pretty adamant about that. Okay, now the old colours are not going to match up with the new line art, obviously, because we've redone everything, but that's okay, that's part of the plan. What we're going to do is start to amend everything. Take the baseline colour of Sadie's hair and just start to cover some ground. This part's always fun because Yeah, if you've watched previous streams, when we overlay the new art over the old colours, in the beginning it always looks like a total mess. And then gradually, as we get everything in place, you get to kind of watch things take shape and you're like, oh, that's what that's supposed to look like. You start to see the character actually sort of come into view. And you start to get a feel for what the finished panel is going to look like, and it's quite exciting. I just noticed something. I don't think our follower notifications are working. Not that that's something that's an issue very often, but I just noticed that didn't go off correctly at the beginning of the stream there. We didn't have Bart going, please to aim, which we should do. That's the notification. That's very odd. I wonder why that happened, or why that didn't happen. I might need to look into that. Oh. I just realised, yeah, we had this issue before where Sadie's skin tone was super like pale, like to the point where it's almost just like pure white, and we need to correct that. Okay, Jack, give me just a second and I will be right back with you. I'm gonna go see if I can find the file on the previous page. It might take me a bit of rooting around, but I'll go see if I can find it, just so we can make sure that the skin tone is consistent. I'm going to need to go dig about on the drive for a second. Okay, chat, we're back. This actually means I have to go back and fix up the skin tone on the first panel because that means I missed it. That's a quick fix. Oh, I've got to do the hands as well. Now again, these are really tiny details, so it's the kind of thing that people might not even notice, but it's not so bad if we can do these tiny sort of details quickly, you know? It's when you end up spending a disproportionate amount of time on the tiny details, that's the stuff I really need to cut out. And again, we really just cover around as quickly as we can in terms of just keeping the pen moving and don't get too caught up in tiny details when you're colouring as well. At the colouring stage, it's important, I feel, to, in the early goings, just keep your pen moving and cover as much of the canvas and stuff like the base colours. Or, like, for example, when you're drawing a person, a character, you know, get the main colours about the skin, the hair, and those kind of details in place first, and then you can go back and do the smaller elements, like detailing on the eyes and yeah, the lips, the mouth, that kind of stuff. I've spoken about this on stream before, but in my experience, the point where a character actually comes to life is usually, I find, once you get the eye colours in place. I find that's when you actually, I don't know if it's something to do with like how the brain works and how we sort of like engage with people or something. Once the eyes are complete, it's actually just I don't know, you can see sort of the humanity, I guess, in the characters becomes sort of apparent. I've got a bit of excess here from the old colours. It's good to get that removed as quickly as possible. Again, I find that even just having the colours, the flat colours from the original art adhere to the new line art makes all the difference in terms of just making the whole thing feel like it's easier to negotiate and that there's less work to do. It's a very specific thing because I guess most people are never going to be in this situation where they end up completely redoing a piece of line art and then they've got to fix the colours. But if you ever do, I suppose it's a strategy. It's something to think about. I mean, you may find yourself in a situation where you end up redoing a portion of like a piece that you're working on, if it's like digital art, right? Say you have the line art on one layer and the colours on another, and you're like, no, I've got to actually make fixes to the line art, and now the colours underneath don't match it. And in that case, that's basically the same issue, the same thing that we're trying to resolve here. So there could be scenarios where you find yourself having to do a colour sort of correction like this, I suppose. Of course, the simplest solution is to get your art right the first time so you don't need to go back and make fixes. I'm conscious that clock is ticking here. How long we've got? 10 minutes? I mean, it's not like anybody's gonna make me stop if I keep going once we get to 8:30. but I don't know. It would feel really weird to be if we had ended up doing like a 3-hour stream tonight on a Sunday night and it's after midnight and I'm still going. I don't know. That would feel strange. Whereas like on a Friday night or a Saturday night, it doesn't feel weird, like staying up. I mean, I'm up regardless because I'm like a night owl anyway. But to be streaming that late on a Sunday night just feels like there's something not right about it. I don't know. Okay, chat, we're not going to get Sadie completely recolored in next 8 minutes. We can see what we can do. And much ground we can cover in that time. And apologies chat, I'm not being very talkative again. I am just really trying to make sure that we get as much done as we can within the next 3 minutes. I want to see if I can, if not get us to completion, get us close to completion of getting the flat colours, the main flat colours down for Sadie here. Okay, there's like a weird visual inconsistency here in that Sadie's hands are casting shadow here, but I'm assuming this is Maxine who's grabbing her. Maxine's hand isn't? That's not correct. Let's add a bit more shadow here. We're almost out of time. Okay. Maybe a few little stray areas here and there. You can see that Sadie's starting to look a whole lot better than she did when we started. I still have, if I take my red pen, I really need to take my red pen. But like this whole area here on the blazer, still got that to do. I still have some of the other details like the MP3 player. I need to correct that as well. But I am going to save, and then we're going to move on. Okay, chat. I've done several Super Mario World streams and just gradually made progress, and you know what? Well, you know what? I will change things up and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. But we're going to move on to hour 2 and then we're going to play some Super Mario World and maybe we're going to finish it. Okay, we're back. We have made it all the way up to Bowser's Castle. Well, I'm going to turn the heater back on. As expensive as it may be. It's really cold in here, chat, and when I came downstairs to come out of the studio to do tonight's stream, I was like, I could see my breath. That wasn't as bad. I could see my breath rising up into the air. But I was like, I'm gonna stream today, no matter what. It's the one thing that I had on my schedule today. It's like if I can't stream every day, and this week it has been hard just to maintain any kind of streaming schedule at all. I said I want to do it today. I want to come on and do a little bit of stream and chat to you, and I want to try and finish off Super Mario World. So, when you're watching me play Super Mario World, I think part of the... Hold on, let me just adjust my volume here. Hopefully that's okay. Okay, I need it up a little bit higher. When you're watching me play Super Mario World, you're not watching a master at work by any means. I spoke about this on one of the earliest Mario World streams that we did. I've played this game many a time before. I owned this game on Super Nintendo. It was one of the last Super Nintendo games I bought when I had the console as a teenager. Funny as that may sound, it was actually one of the last two I think that I got. I got this, and I got Pop and Twin B for my 15th birthday, and that was in February of 1995. And by that point they were like cut price, right? A lot of the older games were reduced in price, and obviously Mario World was one of the first, so it was like, what do I want to get from the selection that was available? Get Mario World, obviously. It's like a staple. It's one of those ones everybody knows. It's like a great game. We could talk about Pop and Twin B some other time. I think a lot of my visual influences, there's like little things I can look back on and go, yeah, that probably influenced like my aesthetic as an artist. And Pop and Twin B is probably one of them. I got Super Mario World, I got Pop and Twin B, and with the change left over, I got one of the Generation 2 GoBots Transformers. GoBots Transformers, that sounds weird, but that's what they were calling that subline of Transformers, the GoBots, right? They were like little Hot Wheels guys. They were like little pocket money Transformers. Scaled to be like Hot Wheels size. And they were like one of the last gasp things that you could get from Generation 2 before it kind of petered out. So yeah, that was a memorable birthday, I suppose. I got some gifts that I still look back on fondly, and one of them was Super Mario World. So, and then I didn't get many Super Nintendo games after that. I think I just kind of lost interest. I got more by the time I got into like through 1995, I suppose. I was getting more interested in like art and just focusing on that. And Super Mario World, the Super Nintendo, I mean, sorry, just wasn't as interesting to me anymore. Or was like we were coming to the end of the life of the console. Like there was nothing new coming out on the horizon after that. It was like last gasp, and then we were getting into like the PlayStation era, and I just sort of lost focus on gaming after that, to be honest with you. I have played Super Mario World many a time, and I have finished it. And the last time I played it through on console, I did manage to get all 96 exits. Now we have not done that. Oh, I should update my info on Twitch. Apologies if this music is getting annoying. I do rate. Hold on, there we go. I do rate Super Mario World very highly. It is one of my favourite games ever, I would say. And one of my favourite Mario games, obviously by extension. This and Mario 2 are like my go-to, my favourite ones. Maybe we'll play Mario 2 at some point. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go in terms of getting through. Hold on, let me just. I'm sure I had a cape. I loaded up my save state from the last time. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna need them. I need my 2 capes. I can't take Yoshi in here. But I'm gonna need my 2 capes. I've got a strategy. Now the last time we played through Treasure's Castle, I was picking different doors to this. Right, we started with 2, same as before. I find it so fascinating that there's different approaches you can take here, right? As far as getting through the castle. Which one was it? 2 or 6 or 7? That was 7, yeah. Right. We were doing, I think, room 6 before. I think room 7 is a bit easier. I was finding room... Oh, darn it. Okay. Oh no. Okay, right, we can still go. Whoa. We can still do this. Okay. I do find that room that we just completed a bit easier than the one we were doing before. Which one was that room? Whoa. We were doing the underwater level. Or should you say the water level, I suppose. Before, and it was a bit time consuming. We had to wait around an awful lot. This one I feel like we can just power through. Oh! Okay. I need to not be so sloppy. Right, we can do it without me getting a cape. It's probably easier if I just go get a cape, to be honest with you. It's going to increase the odds of me being able to do this relatively quickly. Oh! Again, you don't come here to see me be good at Super Mario World. This might be harder than I thought because, like I said, I'm not really a... I don't know if I'm all there tonight. It was obvious during the art portion of the stream and it might be more... Oh! I'm getting sloppy. We just need to get 2 capes. And then we'll go back to the castle, right? No capes. Yes, capes. That's what I said. Okay, we're gonna go back, we'll get 1 more cape. Hopefully if I can make it through here without getting hit. I almost did there. Oh, that was a bit risky, but it worked. Right, we can go back now. I don't want to have to keep repeating that, so... Which I will if I die here. This first level is obviously a cakewalk, you can just carry it through that, and then the next one... 7. Can be a bit more challenging. Oh, how the hell? How did that happen? Oh no, 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 just go, just go, just go, just go. Leap up here, quick. Oops. Oh, I'll bring that. There we go. I would really rather have been able to retain at least one of my capes. Oh. For the final battle. Right, play it safe here. Let him come back to life. Him. That didn't work. Okay, again, we'll be patient. I'll spring back to life. Oh, that was a bit risky. Right, okay. Right, we've made it. And I might die instantly because I don't have any power-ups. If we can get through this first portion though, we can get a mushroom. And then that might help. Now, in my experience, I think we did a couple of goes through on this in the last stream. And I find that the challenge is just to make sure you don't get boxed in. Don't like the Mecha Koopas and the clown car thing. Prevent you know, don't let them block you off. There we go, 2. Okay, that's good. A couple of things here. I need to not get hit by these flames when they come down. Get that quick. Oh, that's exactly what I did not want to happen. That was so close, that was so close. So I talk about you cannot let him like box you in. And he's going to swing over here and threaten to hit me. I've got to take just like little jumps. Missed him. Oh! I didn't see him come from up and behind me. Ah! Out of curiosity. What am I doing? Oh. Why am I even playing this level? What am I doing? I think I just wanted to see if there were any easy power-ups I could go pick up there before I turn to castle. Okay. We'll do the usual route. Oh, what the? Okay, we've got plenty of lives. We can do another couple of goes on this. We can afford to take our time because I also don't want to be in a situation where, you know, I was expecting to play Super Mario World for an hour and then I finish it too early. That would be bad too, so. But if it takes me a little bit longer, that's kind of okay as well. Right, let's go. Oh look, turn this heater off again. Right, again, this stage, this part of the stage, is no problem. We take him out. We almost don't even need to. It's the next one, is where I find it very challenging to get through this and not take a lot of damage. Oh! Down. Oh, I think that might be that might be the first time I've gotten through that and kept both of my power-ups. Okay, that's good. As long as I don't really majorly foul up here. We're in a good position to make it through. Okay. Right. So that's it. But also, I'm one coin away from getting an extra life, but I guess that doesn't really matter at this point, right? It's a moot point, really. Alright, don't jump there until... Oh. That was a bit of a risky move, but it worked. I suppose it's not my interest to take that. I'm better off with a feather. Oh, ow! Really, I'm in a precarious position now. Ah. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Oh. Back that into him. One more hit, and then, you know, hopefully we'll get mushroom. Went the wrong way. Come on. Right, we're still in the game. Oh, okay, right. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Whoa. Oh no, missed it. Oh. That was too close. There was a couple of points in there where I really could have ended up just narrowly avoided getting hit. Yeah, they're not the only ones who need a vacation. Let's just say that much. Ah, chat, we did it. I'm just gonna let the credits play out, huh? I got kill 10 now because I didn't have anything planned if we were going to finish Super Mario World, so we could just talk for a little bit and watch the credits. So we will come back to Super Mario World, I think, at some point, and finish all the levels that we didn't do because I think when I checked it was like 54 exits that we got out of like 96, so there's plenty more that we could go back and do and explore. Assuming we are streaming tomorrow, and that's the idea, we will go and we'll start playing something new. It's such a good game though, it really is. And I mean, obviously the 3 games on the NES, or 4 depending on how you want to count it. I was just, of such a high standard, but they really did like take it up a level, especially from a gameplay standpoint. I know a lot of people didn't really think it was a big step up visually at the time, or a big enough like upgrade over, say, Super Mario 3. A lot of people felt at the time it's like, well, it's not really revolutionary, but it's not. That's not. It doesn't mean it's bad at all. And this is where you think the credits are over, but there's more. Dude, that's good. How many times have you played like an old NES game or a Super NES game? Or any 8 or 16-bit game really, and you get to the end and you just get like one title screen or something. I'm thinking about like NES Ghostbusters or something. You get like some badly garbled piece of text and it's like, that was it. I played all the way through for that. Here you really get your money's worth. They actually give you a lot to actually enjoy here and appreciate. Even then, it's like you think, oh, that must be the end. No, there's more. You get to see the roll call of all the characters. Also, I would say, even though, I mean, talking about, people said the game wasn't visually impressive, but there was, at the time, I remember, just like a wow factor. I remember seeing this game playing, on a demo in the store, and when you get to that point on the title screen where you see the Banzai bill, and the size of it compared to what you're used to with like the bullet bills, it's like it was a real like wow moment. on chain. I guess that one's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. We're still going. Okay, and that's it. And you can't just go back to the title screen with this start here. Nothing's gonna happen because that's the end of the game. You're not supposed to go back and start playing it again. You're at the end of the journey. Right, we're gonna end up wrapping up streaming a bit early, I suppose. We will be back tomorrow. We're gonna start a new game. We're gonna do a bit more of what we usually do. We'll do a bit more drawing and some chatting. We didn't get to do much chatting today, but we will on the next stream. We're going to do a full, that's the plan, is to do a full 3 hours tomorrow. Segment 1 is the art stream, segment 2 the chatting stream, segment 3 the game stream. Thank you so much for being here with me. I do appreciate everybody who pops on to chat, or who follows, who subscribes on YouTube, all that jazz. You can find me on readcmc.com, on Instagram readcmc as it says there. You can find me on Ko-fi as it's just Corbie on Ko-fi. You can find me on lots of places, on Mastodon, on Threads. I am still active. I'm trying to get my head around Threads. I'm trying to find a way that I can incorporate Threads into sort of my schedule. And I know I need to get better and get more diligent about telling people when I'm going live, and also trying to have a much more strict streaming schedule where I say I'm going to go live is when I'm actually on. So, right. Anyway, should I play some music? Let's play us out. Just started raining here, it's bucketing. Awkward silence here. We need some exit music. We can't go out in silence. That'd be weird. Does this work? Is that better? Feels like the end of a chapter here to have made it through Super Mario World. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to start a new week fresh tomorrow on Monday, 6 PM UK time. We're going to try and be back. And I enjoy having you all here as members of the CAW community. CAW community. Okay. I'm John. This has been Club Kirby. I will see you on the next stream.